The last time I spoke with Luke was 2 years ago when I shot a show for them in London. By the time I got off the road a month later, they had announced that it was the end of Toto. Luke joins me to talk about the solo album he's since put out, the end of Toto, finding love, playing with Ringo Starr, and going back out on the road in 2022 with a new avatar of Toto.
Toto's coming from the dust. We actually have a new version.
Yeah, I know.
I honestly thought, man, that was going to be it. But then Joe and I did solo albums, and we both worked on each other's records.
Yeah, I
We're
saw that.
hanging out all the time. Then David Page got involved. Page played on every song on my record, co-wrote one of the songs. He's there every day. I did my record in 8 days. Joe had been working on his for months.
Yeah.
Dave's on that. Joe's on that. We're on. I mean, if you put them on shuffle, you might have a something like a Total record. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you get great players to play this music, it plays itself.
Yeah. I really enjoyed listening to the album.
Yeah, it's like if you make say a gumbo or something like that, you throw in different spices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know the recipe, but somebody brings a different spice to it. You know what I mean? And maybe kicks it up a notch a little bit. It's been very refreshing, especially the older music, to play with these unbelievable players. And I just want to keep the thing alive, That was the whole point of it. Joseph and I and David Page want to keep it alive. Keep playing the music, I mean, no, it's not Toto's 1978. How could it ever be?
Correct.
I wish it was. I mean, but people have moved on. Some people passed away. We lost brother Mike as well. Jeff and Mike are gone.
Yeah.
And Hungate's retired. And that's just the way life goes sometimes,
Yeah. Earlier this evening, I was watching an Instagram video of you playing for your neighbors at 7 a.m. a couple of months ago.
Yeah, that was actually last year, but that was funny for a second. My girlfriend put me up to that, and it was one of these things you just do as a joke, and it turns out to go viral worldwide. Everybody in the world me in my pajamas, pissed off at my neighbor. I was just having a laugh.
Yeah, it was funny.
Well, I'm about to find the sun again. I'm going off to a friend of mine who's having a 60th birthday party. He rented an island.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to be Gilligan's Island right now.
Oh, wow.
Off to Gilligan's Island, and then I'm going to the Montreux Jazz Festival.
Fabulous. What's it like? You went and saw Michael Landau a couple of weeks ago, was it?
Yes, I did. He's been one of my best friends since we were 12 years old.
What's it like? What's it like going back to live music?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet. All I know is I'm busting out. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get back. Believe me, brother.
But what's been the feedback on the album, Luke?
It's been
solo album.
Really, really strong. I mean, really great reviews. I got 2 million streams.
Yeah.
I mean, $40. $40. Really.
I was just reading Spotify have a website called Loud and Clear, where I think it's like a transparency thing where they're telling artists how the whole revenue share model works and how much each artist actually makes.
It's sad.
Yeah. Do you think there's any way to get around?
Why can't I get? How come I don't get to give myself a multi-billion-dollar bonus at the end of the year? How come I don't get to do that?
Yeah. So what do artists do then, Luke? How do people make a living?
The artists create. That's what we do. We don't do it. We do it if there was no money in it. The fact that we can make a living doing this is fantastic. But in reality, it's a job like any other job. I mean, I have to go away from my family, go home, go away, fly away, and every night be in a different place. I mean, it sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Try it sometime. All right, it's 4 a.m. Get off the bus. We're at the you could be at the 5-star hotel. It doesn't matter. It's like you come out looking like you came out of your grandmother's ass, It's like, oh, and then the elevator doesn't work. And, it's the interrupted sleep, missing the ones you love, missing your children growing up.
Has the downtime been good for you the last 14 months?
Great. I mean, well, okay, it's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First couple of months, we're like, whoa, it's great to be home, man. But then all of a sudden, the reality of how terrifying and scary and what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
hit the world,
Yeah.
the entire planet. And that is shuddering, not in history of it. This is unprecedented as far as I know. Listen, I've lived an amazing life. I've had an amazing life. Excuse me. And if they took me out today, I wouldn't be mad. But I want to see my children grow up. I'd like to see experience. I want to go out and play. I mean, I don't think I'm done.
Yep.
I mean, Ringo Starr has become a very, very close friend of mine, and we hang out all the time. He's 81 and he can't wait to go on the road. So
yeah,
if I'm 63, then like, who am I to say?
Yeah. He
As long
played
as
on
that
your
guy,
Ringo played on the album.
he's in better shape than I am.
He looks great.
He is great. But I mean, it's an inspiration is my point.
Yeah. But Ringo played on your album. You got a whole bunch of guests on the album as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ringo did that. We wrote the song for him for his 80th birthday because we couldn't get together because of the virus.
Yeah.
So he dug the song and he played on it. I asked him if I could put it out. And he said yes. And he performed on it. And I put it out. And it's a great honor for me.
Yeah.
And me and Joseph Williams have been writing songs for his newest EP and also one that's coming out in October or September, October. Yeah, something like that. So I've been keeping busy.
What's the story with the album covers? With Joseph's album cover and yours?
Well, we thought we were on the road in somewhere in Europe in a castle somewhere, and some guy took black and white photos of us. And they looked like mug shots, and we wanted to use them, and the guy wanted like $10 million to use them. God, are you kidding me? It's just okay. We'll take a shot, very reminiscent of the way it was done.
Yeah.
And we thought since we're on the same label, we'll put the records out the same day. We're both on each other's records. It's a back and forth sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then when we did that, David Page said, and the agents and the promoters said, go out as Toto, man. Just go. You can play all the Toto hits, play the deep cuts, and then you can do some of your solo stuff too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Guys that don't want to be on the road, passed away, medically can't go, or retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Joe are not retired. So we want to go out and give it one last hurrah. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can build up the 15th version of Toto. There's been so many with all these interchangeable. After the initial band, went through the first 7 albums, then it became, well, we got to try to find ourselves. We got to try how do we play this music? And every time we played the music, we've had so many different people sing it. Yeah. So many different people play it. Now, I'm the only guy who's been in everything. And somehow, at the end of the day, if the right people are singing it and playing it, and great musicians, really great musicians, are playing it right, it sounds like us. It sounds like the music that David Page, Jeff Porcaro, and all the rest of us created.
Yeah. But tell me, Luke, how did you end up managing Toto? Because when you wrote to me, you said you were the manager of the band. So I was wondering, how did you end up managing
that happened
Toto?
because we'd been through all the fabulous big time managers and we kept losing money. And I said, give me 6 months with this stuff. And let me see what happened. We started making more money. I took less. I worked on it just Toto, because big time managers have like 40 acts. How can you be effective to 40 acts?
Yeah.
I mean, just dealing with one is a full-time job. How do you do it 40 times? So you delegate. See, and then in the delegation, that's where the mistakes and interest wanes or whatever. To me, a manager should be one guy, and he should be with you all the time. And if you have a shitty flight, he's sitting next to you. If you have a bad room, he's in the room next to you. If he's eating crappy food, he's eating crappy food too. if you're paying the dues with me and you're going ahead and you're putting it all together, then you're worth it. It's like some of these guys just send out,
Yeah.
some intern or something like that. It's like I've been doing this for professionally 45 years.
Yeah.
I'm not
You lost a
I don't want
friend
to
and
teach I don't want to teach somebody how to do the gig.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just easier to do it yourself sometimes, right?
Well, then I got a girlfriend. Girlfriend.
And then you found the sun again.
That's why I wrote the song for her.
Brilliant. But tell me, you lost a long time friend and Toto's manager, Martin Cole.
Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts really bad. I can't even put it into words, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of the finest human beings I've ever had the honor of sharing air with.
Mm-hmm.
He was the most incredible human being. There's nothing he couldn't fix. There's no money he couldn't find. It was just the greatest man. I indescribable. I'm crushed.
Yeah, I was reading some of
For
the
that
tributes.
25 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything together. I mean, we paid, dude. Oh God, I got him into so much trouble, and he got me out of so much trouble. Oh my God. I'm sure he's. I mean, I know. It sucks when you get older
Yeah, yeah,
and you lose your friends. It's not
yeah,
fair. It's
yeah.
really not.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about your kids and all that. Have you listened to Wolf Van Halen's new album? This
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant. I
brilliant
know Ed.
album.
Ed was so proud of him. Ed heard all the music,
Yeah,
and I'm sure he's smiling down from heaven on his son. Wolf is a good boy.
yeah,
Boy, he's a man. He's 30 years old. He's a good person. He's a good human being. He's got a good heart. I
yeah,
wish him all the success, and it's his own success. He's not trying to follow him, be a copy his dad or anything like that. Man, he's his own voice, and I was
yeah,
so surprised at how great his voice is.
yeah. His voice, and he's a
Wow, that was incredible. He's a
multi.
great writer. He's a
Yeah,
great writer. See, you got those two things, man. You're miles above everybody else.
and he's a
So proud. I'm proud of
multi-instrumentalist.
him. If I could say that, I'm proud of him. But it's not like I get to be proud of him. But
Yeah,
I'm happy for. I'm really super happy for him, and
yeah.
I hope he
He's
gets
going
no
out
promotion. Going
on
out
tour
with
with
Guns N'
Guns N'
Roses.
Roses.
Yeah, and Slash is a really close buddy of mine, and they're gonna have a ball. It's just gonna be wonderful, and I know they're gonna look after him and show him the
Yeah,
way. Show him the way. Ed will be smiling down. I know.
yeah. I didn't know he was a multi-instrumentalist, and he played everything on the album.
Yeah, he's one of those wonder kids. He's
Amazing.
incredibly talented, and it's just awesome to watch.
Yeah. Your son is in a band as well.
Yes, my son's a guitar player, producer, songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of stuff coming up right now. I'm real proud of him. He's getting married, and
Nice. Okay.
I'm and things are good.
Nice. I want to talk, Luke, a little bit about the production on your album, the
Yeah,
album that just came out. Uh, who produced it? Can you talk a little bit about the
yeah.
production
I
of the
produced
album?
it with my engineer Ken Freeman, who
Mm-hmm.
was just my other set of ears. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Keep me honest. And he got all the great sounds. And what I wanted to do was take 1971 and 72 and beam it to 2020.
Yep.
And with a nice fidelity. The sonics are really good. And then
Mm-hmm.
we just no rehearsal, no demos, nothing. Just here's the chart. Let's run it down once, and then we'll cut it. And we did
Fantastic.
a
Because
song. We did a song a day, and in 8 days the album was done. We
amazing.
cut the track, and I do maybe one or two little overdubs, double a guitar part, but I did all the solos live. Everybody's solos are live. There's no computer manipulation to make it better, edit. There was no, oh, let me see the other solo. No, that was it. And
Yeah.
that was a performance. And there's no click tracks. There's no funniness. There's no melodynes. It's not like that. I wanted it to be rough. You can hear it sometimes. I mean, this record was for me. I wasn't trying to write a hit single or something like that.
Yeah.
I was just, my record company was so great. Ed Van Zyl at Mascot said, "Look, just play a lot of guitar on it."
Yeah, nice.
I said, "Man, I'm not the kind of guy. I don't have the chops of and the musicality and composition chops of Steve Vai or Joe Satriani or somebody like that. My brothers, I love those guys. To just have the guitar be the only voice.
Yeah.
I can sing a little bit. I don't consider myself a great singer by any stretch, but I can sing my own shit
Hmm.
and I can play. So what I wanted to do, what I loved about the early 70s, which is not happening now, people would jam and they'd stretch out, but in the context of a song.
Hmm.
Like you'd have Voodoo Child. Well, there was a song, and then you jam in the middle of it, and then it
Yeah.
would come back to the song. So I wanted to do a loose jam band record, but I wanted to do it in the context of songs. And I hired these amazing musicians. Excuse me, Jeff Babco
Hmm.
on keyboards, David Page on keyboards, Jurgen Carlson from Government Mule on bass, and also John Pierce on 2 songs on bass, and then Craig Bissonette on drums, and me.
Incredible.
Went out and we did it. And wow.
Magic. But tell
Now
me,
it was
with all the technology there is there sometimes a tendency to overproduce or to
yes.
there
With Pro
is, right?
Tools, you never run
Yeah.
out of tracks. You never run out of like in the old days, you go, if you can't get it on 24 tracks, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like if you can't get it on 48 tracks. And then it was like now you can put, 1,000 tracks up for a mix. I mean,
Correct.
come on. And then you can fix the melodyne, you can make everything time perfect. It's so perfect, it turns into a gigantic, polished. You can see your face in it, ball
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah. That's the thing with
Everybody
technology,
holds
right?
the same ball of shit. Everybody sounds the same. They use the same plugins, they use the same reverbs, they use the same, you know, it's the sameness thing that bothers me.
And that's a
Writing has become really a nursery rhyme to me.
Mhm.
It's like and the rappers are saying some shit. They are definitely saying some shit, but the musicality of it is
And you think
doesn't
that's
match the musicality of it doesn't match the poetry of it to me. The
and you
groove is great. The
yeah.
groove is great. The words are great, but where's the music?
And
It
do you think
just
that's because of technology, Luke, that technology has made it easier to create music,
no. I
but the
well
music
technology
doesn't sound musical because of technology?
no because everybody buys a laptop and has
Yeah.
GarageBand in it. So all of a sudden they think they're a record producer.
Yeah.
Oh, I press this button, it goes boom, spack, boom, boom, sack. Oh, and I press this guitar. Doo, 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 doo. If I put these things together, wow, I wrote a song. I don't play. I'm a musician. I am a songwriter. I'm a producer. Boom. Now you can get lucky. You can
Mhm.
come up with a catchphrase and waggle your ass around and make a stupid video to home and get 10 billion streams one time.
Correct.
Over. Next. There's a billion people waiting in line to get that billion chance. So there's no development of acts now. Yeah, I mean the great ones rise to the top and they'll always be there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then there's the specialists, the metal guys are all fantastic musicians, and that's a real genre on its own. The jam band genre, God bless them, they have their own thing. These aren't about hit records. The hit record thing there used to be some meet in the middle thing. Now it's like pop music is not something that I generally ever listen to.
But do you think it's possible to write what is called a timeless song in the current scenario? Do you think you'll have another
A
Africa or
timeless
a
song, but you only know that after years have passed. So I can't predict the future.
yeah, that's true. But if you look, even if you look at the last 10 years, there's been nothing that's come out, right? And, you know,
No, there's been some great music that's come out. I think people are getting back to roots, which is nice. People are
mhm.
like getting back to analog, touching people and all this virus, all of us being so isolated. I think we're gonna bust out, man. As soon as we can bust out, everybody's gonna go crazy and go, I want to be free.
Yeah, yeah. I was reading that next year is going to be full of tours all over the place because people are
Well,
just,
we got
there's a,
tours booked next year. I'm not doing much this year.
mhm.
Nothing, no Toto this year. No touring. I mean, I might do some jam band stuff in December or something, just to get my chops up for rehearsals. But seriously, there's nothing on the books until 2022.
So next year
You
is
got-
going to be all Toto with the new, with the Dogs of Oz, as you're calling it.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. I'm gonna do a few Ringo things, and then I'm gonna do, mostly it's gonna be the Toto Dogs of Oz.
Nice. Tell me about the three cover songs on the album, Luke. Why did you decide to go with, Traffic, Joe Walsh,
I
and
I, I
Name of the
picked
Tower?
those three songs because before I wrote any of the rest of the music, I
Mhm.
wanted to do songs that from that inspired by that era. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And we did that. In other words, there's a lot of jamming in these songs. You know what I mean? The originals versions.
Mhm.
Traffic. I mean, come on, it's like 12-minute song or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, why don't we do that? I mean, since I got the keys to the kingdom, and they give me money to do this, I can do anything I want. Really, I wanted to do a record like what they would do, invite friends down and just
Yeah.
play and record. And everybody see it. I didn't overproduce it. I couldn't. I had
Yeah.
a time frame. I really wanted to see if I could do this in 8 days, then mix it. And by the time we got to mixing, that's when all the masks went on. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Then we
okay.
had,
Okay.
and now they're just coming off. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it because I get to go on a couple of trips here right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got my jabs. I may die in 5 years, but I might die today. Walking out, a piece of the space shuttle could fall on me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
all this polarization of yes, no, it's come on, man.
Yeah.
My father had polio, he didn't have the bad one, but it's science. It does not make this politics.
Yeah. It's become, yeah, it's very politicized, obviously.
I
But tell
know
me,
it's sad. I don't know enough to really make an opinion. I don't make political opinions. I don't believe in show business people doing that. I don't. If I'd started out that way, maybe, but not now. Nobody wants to hear my opinion.
but
I'm
tell
here.
me,
I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to make you forget about that shit.
while that's true, do you think songwriting needs to be a little more challenging and confrontational?
Yes, and I think it's out there. But here's the other part. I mean, you got to get somebody to play it. And there's a lot of corporations involved now. It's not just like the one little DJ in Missouri that has his own thing, or where you are. You can play whatever you want, talk, say whatever you want. It's all coming down, man. Everything is getting like this. The freedoms are slowly getting taken away.
Yeah, well, here in India, you can't say what you want, especially if it's against the government. You can't. So,
Well, nobody wants to get into trouble, but what you say in your own house, you say in your own house. I have no right. I have an audience, so I mean, a lot of people listen. A lot of people have different political feelings and
mhm.
feelings about everything in life. They may like my music. I don't want them to hate me, not listen to music because they don't like the way I lean politically or something like that. I mean, I'm a peace and love guy. I want everybody to get along. You know what I mean?
But I think what's interesting is
I don't belong to anybody's club. I believe in God, and that's the only person I have to worry about.
that's fair. But I think on the album, it felt like you had something to say, and I thought that was the interesting part. Was
Yeah, I
there
was a
a
little angry,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I was coming out of a bad time. But I had help with those lyrics too. I mean, Joseph and Stan Lynch from the
hmm
Heartbreakers helped me.
hmm
H on one tune. But you write about what you're experiencing. I'm not going to write "Ooh, baby, I love you" lyrics unless I feel it. So I fell in love and I wrote "I Found the Sun Again." Okay, that's as goopy of a love song as you can write. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I truly felt it. So I mean, if people want to laugh at me, it's like I found love in my 60s. Come on, geez, how many people get to say that?
absolutely, yeah, yeah. Is that how you write? Is that your songwriting process? Do
I don't
you?
have a process. You know what my process is? Oh shit, I got to write some songs. I sit down and it comes. I'm very blessed that way.
Nice. Did you
Sorry, my
find
fault.
that's all right?
What?
Did you find it hard to write with all that was going on with Toto and stuff
No,
like that?
no. Matter of fact, it was more like panic writing.
Mm-hmm.
I had the three covers. I knew we were going to do those. So that was okay. Now, got to start. And I want to write something in the vein that will fit alongside of this stuff and stay in that same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
For the song Journey Through, it was an instrumental. That was one performance. Boom, nothing touched.
Very nice.
That was it. Whatever happened there, that's exactly what happened there. Low Spark, same thing. I overdubbed the vocals. That's the only thing I overdubbed. And then I overdubbed on Joe Wall's song. I overdubbed a bunch of guitars on that. I had to put the kitchen sink on that. But that was just a tribute to Joe because I love him so much. He's been a big inspiration for me as a producer, writer, guitarist, songwriter, everything. He's just mad. And I was a tribute to him. And so Robin Trower, love Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. Come on, what a great jam that is.
Yeah.
And he apparently he heard it and liked it, and that touched me. So I got thumbs up from Joe and him, but I didn't hear anything from Steve Winwood yet.
Does that put a little extra pressure on you? Because they might listen to it and about what they'll say about the cover?
Well, I heard from Joe Walsh.
Yeah.
And he said he really liked it, that which touched me deeply.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from Steve Winwood. I would love to, because he's a guy I've never worked with that I would love to work with. He's one of the greatest writers and singers and performers. One of the best guys in rock and roll, man. Steve Winwood.
Amazing. Yeah.
The legendary, brilliant. And I love the song. I used to play the song in a junior high school band. We used to jam on it. Girls loved it. So I kind of went back into my youth and drew from that. Suck some youth, the old man ass right here.
Weren't you tempted to put a Steely Dan song, cover a Steely Dan song?
That requires a lot of rehearsal. I mean, those are not easy songs.
Yeah.
Besides, how are you going to approaching a Steely Dan song? They're impossible to cover because they made the perfect record. You're not going to get better than that. You're not going to do it better than they did it. There's not even anything you could do to it different that would be like, no, it's already done. It's a perfect thing.
Yeah.
I love
Steely with it. Yeah.
I love Steely Dan. Don Walter, genius. All the musicians that ever played it. Jeff Porcaro was in Steely Dan when I was in high school. I mean, what a magic thing. They were a huge catalyst for us. I mean, we were really a big inspiration.
And tell me, the proceeds from the album sales go to a center for autism?
Yeah, my 10-year-old son Bodhi's autistic. Yeah, so that's my new favorite charity. And Ed and Matt as a matter of fact, I'm seeing Matt Asner for lunch today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that will be cool. And I want to be more involved. Autism is very strange because no two autistic kids are the same.